Okay, now let's dig into some post-processing tips. But it's not through the DeFi render. We are doing it through the Photoshop. So in order to understand about this video, you don't need to have a proper or experienced knowledge of the Photoshop. By the looking at this video, you can learn Photoshop because giving a glimpse of realism through Photoshop will be much more beneficial because there are some limitations when you are doing it through the DeFi render, but in once you have uploaded your images to the Photoshop, there will be limitless of opportunities. So now let's begin again. So in Photoshop, this is actually Photoshop. In Photoshop, you have two options that once with all the channels, once you have rendered with all the channels, so you can upload it to the Photoshop because each channel will be helpful. But even though you have the final rendering image like this, you can edit that one also. So, but for today's tutorial, I'm gonna import all the stack. Now, initially, what I'm gonna do is I'll just go to the file here, and I'll just go to script here, and here you have the load files into stack. So I'll browse it. Now you can understand these are the the channels which I have rendered through the DeFi render. Is has the albedo, the material, the normal map, the ambient occlusion, and the material ID reflection likewise. So what I'm going to do is I'll select it and I'll press OK. Now all the images has been selected. Now I'll select the OK button. Now you can see one by one all the images has been uploaded to the Photoshop here, because each and every this channel map has some details, but we are not going to dig into so much because I know that some people usually opt to the Photoshop. They are gonna omit the Photoshop editing. So but now you can see all the images has been uploaded here. Again, you can have just remember the one with the top of the stack. That means this one will be shown. All other things will be, I'll hide this one. Okay. Now, initially what I'm going to do is, so just remember these steps. These are very simple steps. I'll just go to the filter here, and I'll just make this the image as a convert to smart filters. The benefit of having the smart filters is once you have clicked these smart filters, you can see this kind of icon there. Now, for example, what I'm going to do is since I have uploaded some of the the filter here. Now if you just go to the Gaussian blur here, now you can see this is the Gaussian blur I have applied. I'll make it 15, and you can see now that my image has been covered with the Gaussian blur. But with the help of smart filters, you can click this one, hide this one, and you can see the original image. So that's the benefit of having the smart filters. You can have this kind of a stacked level of hierarchy of all the filters you're going to apply. And once if you do not need it, that the final filter, you can hide that one. Okay, hope you're clear about it. Now I'm gonna hide, or I'm just gonna undo this one. Okay, I have undo this one. Okay, the first thing is you have to create a a camera filter here, because you can see in this image it's lack of realism bit, because there are some effects with related to the shadows and something. So we are going to fix that through the camera filter. You can see that this is called the camera raw filter. Now once you have clicked this one, there will be another window will be pop up like this, and you can see from this image. So if your image has been overexposed, your image will be like this. It will be so washed like this. If it's underexposed, this histogram will be like this. It will goes to the left side. So you can see this is now the underexposed here. You can see now it has been overexposed here. So usually keep it under this one. Then you can see it's a balanced one. But you can adjust a bit here. I'm gonna increase a bit of exposure there. and I'll just increase, the shadows. You can see it has been brightened up some of the areas now. Okay, I'll just reduce it again. Okay, I hope this is clear about it. And the contrast, can see I'll add this some of the, the blacks as well. Can see I'm gonna reduce the blacks here. And again, if you want to have, this is actually a sunny day. So in order to have this sunny day, you need to have a temperature here. So I'm going to increase the temperature a bit. You can see the difference now. If you just click this one, you can see the original image. This is actually the recent one. Okay, and I'm going to increase the tint as well a bit here, and the vibrance as well. Okay, so it has been, pop up all the colors because of that. And the texture, if you want to have more detailing about your, the image here, again, I'm going to increase a bit of, texture there. So now you can see you have clearly done something. This is the original image. Now this is the, the corrected one. Okay. So hope you're clear about it. And if you want to have vignette effect, that means, okay, and the vignette effect, so can have the grain here, and I'll just increase a bit here. Okay, now it has been okay. Now I'll just click OK. Okay, I think there will be some more thing with related to camera raw filter. So there will be some grain effect here because of that. Okay, now it will be okay. Or I'll just reduce it like this. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now you can see my image has been a perfectly balanced camera raw filter. Even though you can double click this one and you can edit this one. Hope you're clear about it. So now let's move on to another feature. This feature has been released very recently. In the edit panel, you have option called the sky replacement. So currently you can see this sky is good, but I'll just improve that sky. So here you have the sky replacement here. Now you can see automatically this sky will be applied to this one. Now it's a bit darker. So here you have the ton of, the library of, all the, sky here. So you can apply this one, you can see the difference, and you can apply even this one or even this one. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, you have some of the things with related to the shift edges. You can see all the edges will be shift, but I don't want to that or want that one. And the fade the old edges, so I don't need that one as well. Now I'm going to increase the brightness because it's a pretty sunny day here. Now I have increased it, and I'll just increase the temperature a bit as well in order to match with the the other environment here. And again, you have the option called the flip, but I'll rather keep it as the default level. Now I'll just click the OK button. Now you can see my image has been more realism onto now here. So again, there will be another option. What I'm going to do is I'll just add some volumetric lighting here. In order to do volumetric lighting, first you have to do create a new layer here. Now I have created a new layer. So I can rename my layer as, sun rays. Okay. So now what you have to do is you have to create a gradient here. So here you have the option called the gradient tool. If you just click this one, you can have this kind of a menu here, and here called the classic gradient and the gradient here. Now, if you just click here, sometimes it will comes as like this. You have to go to the basic here and click this one, the middle one. And what you can do is you have to click from here. Now you can see I'm creating a new layer that will affect this area because my sun will be coming from here and the sun rays. So in order to achieve this part need to be lit up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just create this layer. Now you can see I have applied some of the layers. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll just create a new layer mask here, because I want to mask this thing because it's too much here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just click here and I'm gonna do some brush tool here, and I'll click, here you have the option, a different kind of options here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just click this one. I can, and just wait a minute. So this is the area. Now you can see I'm gonna a bit, hope you can clear this, because here you have a couple of options to light up this one and this one as well. You can see I'm gonna delete this thing. Similarly, you just go over here and you can, this one, okay, this one. You can see I'm gonna apply some of the areas, because if you don't unhide the previous layer like this, because you can't see these things clearly. Again, I'm gonna apply, because in all these areas it's gonna apply, but these areas will be highlighted like this. Okay, I hope now it's clear. Again, okay, now you can see I have a layer mask as well, and this is my current photo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go here and I'll just use soft light here. Now you can see, if you apply the soft light, your sun will coming through this direction, and you can see this area has been light. Okay, I hope you're clear about it. So if you just decrease the opacity here, say suppose at 50%, it can, okay, now you can see it has been reduced. Okay, I hope you're clear about it. That's how we are gonna do it. So these are some of the post-processing tips, and we'll learn some more tips as well. Another very important thing in the interior rendering and the exterior rendering, when you have some objects, you need to have a motion blur, right? For a particular scene like this, you can see this has been a interior scene where you have to have this kind of a person there, but usually in practice, so what you are going to do is you have to apply some motion blur filters for this kind of object, and it will give so much of realism, plus it will gives you the a real value to your image. So in order to do that, you have to first duplicate your layer here. So I'm gonna duplicate my layer. Now you can see I have two layers, a same layer. Now what you have to do is you have to select the object you need to have the motion blur. Currently this one, you have to go to this one and right click one, and here you have the object selection tool here. Just click this one, and here now I've been selecting one object, and you can see it has been omitted this part. So here you have the option, you need to add another item to your selection. Just click this one and click this one. So now you can see it has been selected my whole object. Now what you have to do is you have to just select a layer mask here, and once you have select the layer mask, you can see the black brown background and the white, the selected object. So right click this one, and okay, now here you have the option called the convert to smart. Okay, convert to a smart layer option, smart object. So you have to select this one. Now it has been only one layer now. If I just unhide this one, you can see this is the object which you have selected. So these are the two layers existing. Now what you have to do is you have to go to filter here, and the blur here, and the motion blur here. Now you can see from here also So what I'm gonna do is I'll just make the angle like this, and I will apply some of the motion blur effect here. Okay, okay, I'll make it 0. I can see how it's not good. So now, okay. Now you can see it has been motion blur. So likewise, you can do and you can apply this effect to the the vehicles moving when you have exterior scene, and if you have another movements like that, so you can apply this effect. So hope you are clear about it, and thank you very much for you know um, all these courses, because I know that I have covered some extent from the DeFi render and some post processing, and these are the post processing tips, and I hope that you have learned from this. Thank you very much for all the support by uh, by applying these all the things into your project, and the model will help you to achieve more realism. And thank you very much again.